Hello creators, and welcome to the Kearin Video Vault, where we revisit life-changing content from deep within our video archives. What if your past never created your present and was never actually connected to the life you're living now? What if your present creates your entire life, and the moment you become a new version of yourself, your past, present, and future all reorganize around that new identity? In this video, you'll rediscover Bashar's extraordinary 13th step, why a complete shift in identity makes you a fundamentally different person, why your past, present, and future all begin reflecting that new identity, and why Neville Goddard taught that the only place to begin is at the end. Because a new identity doesn't just create a new future, it creates a new past and changes your entire life. Now, let's open the vault once again and rediscover the extraordinary simplicity of consciously creating the life of your wildest dreams. Welcome back to the Kearin channel. One of you reached out to say that you're 23 years old and that for the past 2.5 years, you've been clean and in recovery from a drug and alcohol addiction. And you said as part of the recovery process, part of the 12 steps, that it involves a moral inventory of your past self and your past behaviors. And you had a concern that that past version of you contradicts who you're choosing now. And you're wondering how to handle that. Well, we're going to talk about this today and more. This is what the spiritual teacher Bashar called the 13th step. The step that you have taken, right? This is beautiful, right? The 13th step is, remember that anytime you change at all, a change in yourself in any way, it's a total change. Meaning you are literally actually a different person, which means you have a different history, a different past you. Do you see? So as you have already taken, here's the good news, you've already taken that 13th step because you said that you no longer even think about drinking or drugs. You don't even think about them. In other words, you have no urge anymore for drugs or alcohol. Why? Because you're no longer the person that ever had that urge. Do you see this? You have redefined yourself in such a way that you're a new person, that has a new past identity, that was never an addict, that never was addicted to drugs or alcohol. That's what Bashar means by the 13th step. But here's the good news. Remember, this means that under this new definition of who you are, that has no urge, doesn't even think about drugs or alcohol, that you have a new past version of you that was never addicted, that never had the addiction at all. So it's not that you became a person. It's not that you became a new person and you had a past you that stopped drinking and taking drugs. You became an identity or a new you that never had to stop, that never was addicted in the first place. This is powerful. So what happened to that past version of you that was addicted to drugs and alcohol and that stopped? Well, it's still part of all that you are. It just no longer belongs to this identity. So you've taken the 13th step. You're starting at the end. Now you can take those steps. So you can do a moral inventory if you would like. It doesn't contradict this new identity because you're simply looking at an identity of you that moved you to redefine yourself as this person you are now, that now no longer has that past identity that stopped drinking and taking drugs. Do you see the power there? That's the power of that you're all identities, all possibilities. The beautiful thing of that past identity is it simply brought you to a point to redefine yourself in such a way that that past identity no longer belongs to who you are now. The new past identity is the one that was never addicted, never had a drinking problem. So you can, from this powerful 13th step, and I think you're talking about the 4th step, I'm not sure which one it is, that involves a moral inventory. You certainly can go there and take that inventory knowing that that's a past you that you no longer are. And you just continually to expand. This is about you knowing more of who you actually are. It's a beautiful thing. This is what Bashar called the 13th step. And the 13th step can be for creating anything in your life. Hear this. Not just, you become a new person in this moment. Any change is a total change of identity. And you can choose from that moment that you're no longer that person that had whatever undesired reality or experience that you're remembering. You're no longer that person. You create a new person as a new past you that makes space-time linear sense to who you define yourself now. But you don't erase or get rid of any of those identities. You become more aware of all of them and all that you are. Wow. You integrate all of you as all that is, just like this person did. It's beautiful that at that powerful linear age of 23 that you know now who you really are. I'm getting tingles. It's a beautiful thing. Remember, you're not in recovery anymore. You're not that guy that became clean. You're that new identity that was always, quote, clean, complete, fulfilled. And the old identity, the one that you're doing an inventory on, is still part of all that you are. It just no longer belongs. That past you no longer belongs to this new identity. It's all of you, but in this new definition of who you are, you've changed your past, present, and future. Wow. You can do this to create anything. Anything you want in your life. Take that 13th step. This is why all the spiritual teachers, Neville Goddard and the others, talk about begin in the end and stay there. That's why the ancients had Jesus as your I am awareness in Revelation saying, I am the beginning and the end, the first and last, the Alpha and the Omega. You decide what you desire and you go to the end of it. You decided that I want to be that version that's clean, that doesn't have this urge for drugs and alcohol. You went there. That desire was done in that moment. Yes, you can still understand and create a linear horizontal experience about going through the 12 steps. They're powerful. They're beautiful. Right? That 12-step program is a beautiful. The 13th step is wonderful because you can take that and still experience those other steps. But from that higher perspective that you've already changed. You're in the end. You're who you desire to be here and now. Wow. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Tom Kearin channel and studios at Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Be sure to check out the Be Something Wonderful YouTube channel. We just released a big video on that. And we're going to be announcing our next live event for May. The 5th live event of the year. It's going to be big, and that will be announced on both community boards on the channels. With great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin here on the Tom Kearin channel. Until next time, we'll see you soon.